So good morning everyone, class 6A. We have started with the new geography lesson today, and that is India, our country. You can turn your social science books to page number 56. Turn your social science books to page number 56 and put today's date. It is 1st of February and you need to have a pencil with you so that you can mark whatever is required. Turn it to page number B56, lesson number 7 in the geography section, India, our country. Yes, Advika, please begin reading from the very first paragraph.
India. Location. We have gathered a lot of information about our amazing home planet from the previous chapters. We know about the general seasonal and climatic pattern of the earth. We have knowledge about the different landforms on the earth. In this chapter, let us link up our knowledge with our own country, India. India has fascinated and attracted people from all over the world since time immemorial. Even today, it is one of the main tourist destinations. Do you wonder why? You can find it out yourself if you look around at the natural beauty of our country. Let us explore the vast natural wealth of our country and unfold its magic.
Please
Our
underline this. Let us explore the vast natural wealth of our country and unfold its magic. So in this chapter, as read earlier, we are going to discuss about some very important and prominent physical factors, climatic factors, and other important factors of your country, India. We know it is very important from the point of view of world map. Why? Because of its varied vegetation, varied landforms. Varied means a variety of landforms is found. A variety of vegetation is found. Lot many seasonal differences are there. And with reference to our tourist destination, of course, we know that our country, India, has many of those tourist destinations which has made your country popular all across the world. So in this chapter, let us find out some of those physical and other features which make your country, India, magical and unique. So underline this term. Let us explore the vast natural wealth of our country and unfold its magic. Yes, Advika, continue.
Our country, India, is a geographical vast with diverse physical features. It is unique geographical settings makes it from. Ma'am, what is this?
Prominently noticeable. Prominently means distinguished या अलग किया गया. That is prominent. अलग से
Prominently
नजर आने वाला. Your country is so special that it stands out in terms of culture, stands out in terms of variety from the rest of the world. Yes.
noticeable to anyone looking at a world map. Location.
Location.
Location. India is located in South Asia. The loftily, lofty
The
Himalayas.
lofty Himalayas. Lofty means huge, big. Please underline these meanings which I am telling you. Otherwise, you will be needing a dictionary.
Lofty Himalayas from a geographical boundary in the north. The long range almost cuts it off from the rest of Asia. The southern part of the country is the form of a peninsula.
Peninsula. Underline the term peninsula. And write down a land surrounded with water. Please write the meaning of peninsula. A land surrounded with water from three sides. कोई भी ऐसा piece of land जो three sides से water से और one side से land से surrounded है. So India का southern region, if you notice the southern region, the V-shaped region of India, right from Gujarat to Tamil Nadu and to West Bengal. This is a peninsular region. It is surrounded with three water bodies. Arabian Sea on the west, Indian Ocean at the south, and Bay of Bengal to its east. And on the north side, we have the northern part of India. So that is a land portion. So any piece of land which is surrounded by water from three sides is called a peninsular area. So India is a peninsular area from the south, and it is located at the southern tip of the continent Asia. Asia, which is the largest continent, the south part of Asia continent has this country which is called India. Yes, Advita, continue.
It is surrounded by seas on three sides: the Arabian Sea, the Indian Ocean, and the Bay of Bengal.
As I
This
told you,
locational settings give India and its immediate neighboring countries a unique geographical
entity.
entity separated from the rest of Asia. So the land comprising them is collectively termed as the Indian subcontinent.
Underline this term, Indian subcontinent. Now, what is Indian subcontinent? It means India the country, जितना land India की country में आता है, plus all those islands like Lakshadweep, like Andaman and Nicobar. So all this area, nearby areas of India also, this all is included in India the country. We know Lakshadweep, Andaman and Nicobar, it is not directly attached to India's land boundary, but they form a part of India. And collectively, the islands near India and India, the country land, all this comprises of Indian subcontinent. This is in total called as Indian subcontinent. Yes, size. Let us check out the size of the country. I hope you have located India. Can you locate India where it lies? Check out figure 7.1 on page number 56. Yes, Ayush Dubey. Check out figure 7.1 on page number 56. If you observe the orange color portion, we are talking about is the land frontier of India, is the land boundary of your country, India, and this is its location. Now let us talk about the size of India. The north to south kilometric extent, the east to west kilometric extent of your country. So this is going to be really very interesting. Advika, please continue. Ayush, I'll ask you to read out the next section, so kindly don't disturb. Yes, Advika.
Size.
Size.
Size. India covers an area of 3.28 million square kilometer. For example, about 2.4% of the total
Now,
world.
IE means that is. IE is not for example. For example means E dot G dot. IE is that is. That is 2.4 of the total world area. यानी कि पूरी दुनिया में जितनी जमीन है, the total of all the continents around the world, 2.4% of it is India. 2.4% of it is included in the country India. So how much is the land of India? It is 2.4 of total lithosphere, total land available on the earth. Now we have studied the major domains and we know what is lithosphere. So out of total lithosphere, India comprises of 2.4%. Underline this term. This is going to be important. Yes, Advika, continue.
From the point of view of its size, it is the seventh largest country of the world with a population.
Underline this also. It is the seventh largest country in the world.
With a population over 1,000 millions, India is the second most populous country of the world after China.
China is nearly some 10 lakh plus in terms of population, and we are how much in population? Can you just tell me? Can
1,000
anyone tell?
million. 1,000 million.
Yes.
And
Huh?
1,000
Thousand.
million.
Acha, okay, it is mentioned 1,000 millions. Okay, fine. It is 134 crores approximately. 134 crores approximately. Okay. So continue. India's mainland extends.
India's main
Mainland means the major land portion of India. This is important.
India's mainland for about 3,214 kilometers from north to south, that is from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. It has an
It is 3,214 kilometers. Underline this. From Kashmir, highest point of Kashmir to the deepmost point of Kanyakumari. What is the deepmost point of Kanyakumari? It is Indira Point. Indira Point. You can mention it there if you want. Indira Point. So from highest point of Jammu and Kashmir to the deepest point of Kanyakumari, It is 3,214 kilometers. So this is the north-south, north to south extent of India. Let us check out what is the east-west extent.
It has an east-west extent of 2,933 km from Kutch in Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh. The southernmost point of
Underline this also. 2,933 kilometers from Kutch to Arunachal Pradesh. Arunachal Pradesh is the eastmost section, and Kutch means Gujarat ka ek place hai. It's a town in Gujarat. It is the westmost section. So east to west is 2,933 kilometers, and north to south, that is Kashmir to Kanyakumari, is 3,214 kilometers. So you must be knowing this. Not only this is something written in your book, this is an important trivia for your country's information as well. Continue.
the southernmost point of the country is Indra Point in the Andaman and the Nicobar Islands, but the
Okay.
tsunami of 2000
But the
greatly
tsunami of 2004.
Tsunami of 2004 greatly affected these islands. Greater part of the area is now submerged in the sea.
And we
Observe
know the sea tragedy, the underwater earthquake, which was called tsunami, arrived in December 2004, and it almost destroyed the major portion of this south part. If you've ever been there, the portion which is near the Indian Ocean, particularly the Tamil Nadu portion, which is connected to Indian Ocean, it was basically the tsunami was in the Indian Ocean, and it affected a lot much area of Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and particularly the Indira Point, which was the southmost point of India, and major portion of it is now submerged in water completely. The region was destroyed, the land area where the people used to live in that region, all that was destroyed, including the buildings, the people, the animals living there, and now it is under water. Observe figure 7.2.
Observe figure 7.2 carefully and identify the main features of India's location.
Okay.
Latitudinal extension from south
Latitudinal extension. We all have studied latitude and longitude. If you remember, what is a latitude? What is the simplest definition? Come on, what are latitudes and longitudes? Isha, Afan, Shreya, anyone?
Ma'am, can I tell?
Yes, of course.
Ma'am, lines which are vertical from the point of the earth to the last point of the first are called latitude.
Acha, okay. Do you think the
Ma'am,
vertical, you said vertical, no?
from the
You
north
said
pole,
no, no.
ma'am,
Latitudes
then
are
from
not.
north to south.
You tell me what you have studied and what you remember. It's not about reading it from the book. Don't do that, Afan Ahmad. Sorry, Afan Khan. I was talking to Aaron Khan. You're not supposed to mute him. Yes. What are latitudes? What are lines of latitudes? Remember the lines of latitudes and the lines of longitudes? The east to west parallel running lines are called latitudes, and the north to south lines, imaginary lines, are called longitudes. The lines which are parallel to equator, those are latitudes, and the lines which stretch from north to south, they are not parallel basically, those are called longitudes. So do revise the definition of what is latitude and what is longitude. Then we will talk about the latitudinal and longitudinal extent of India. Advika, just read it out. We will discuss this once again once you people have revised it. Latitudinal extent.
extension from south to north. India's mainland extends between 8°4 north to 37°6 north latitudes. It is located in the northern hemisphere. The Tropic of Cancer, 23½ degree of north, passes roughly through the middle of the country.
The out of the imaginary lines that you have studied, the 23½ degrees north, which is Tropic of Cancer. In the northern hemisphere, we have Tropic of Cancer. Similarly, in the southern hemisphere, we have the Tropic of Capricorn, if you remember. So, in the Tropic of Cancer roughly passes through India. If you observe the dotted line that you see on the map of India, what line is that? That line is Tropic of Cancer. Can you name a continent through which Tropic of Cancer, Equator and Tropic of Capricorn all three pass? Come on. You have studied this in the chapter major domains. Yes.
Ma'am, Africa.
Yes, Isha? Yes, it is Africa. People answer only when I ask you. Yes, very good. It is Africa. Africa, the continent through which the Tropic of Cancer, Equator, and Tropic of Capricorn passes by. So India में Tropic of Capricorn pass होता है. And the latitudinal extent is underline this 8 degrees 4 to 37 degrees 6 latitudes. Longitudinal extent. Yes, Advika, continue.
Longitudinal extent from west to east, India extends between 68 degrees 7 east and 97 degree 25 east longitudes. It is located in the eastern hemisphere
And it
on
is
a
located, India is basically located in the northeastern part of the world. On the globe, where will you find India? You will find it in the northeastern part of the world. Yes, read this passage on account of the great.
on account of the great east and west longitudinal extent of approximately 29 degree, a time difference of 1 hour 56 minutes would be accepted between the eastern and western limits of the country. From our knowledge about longitude and time, we are already aware that for each 1 degree of longitude, local time is ahead by 4 minutes if we move eastwards, so sunrise at Arunachal Pradesh would take place 2 hours earlier than in Gujarat. To solve the problem, 82 degree 30 east longitude has been accepted as the standard meridian as it
Underline
passes.
this 82 degrees 30 east longitude is marked as the standard meridian of India. Why? Because there will be a time difference. Arunachal Pradesh would be 2 hours ahead of us and Gujarat will be 2 hours behind. It would cause a lot of confusion with terms of airways, with terms of railways and so on. So that is why we have decided upon one longitude, that is 82 and a half, sorry, 82.30 degrees east longitude, which is considered as the standard longitude for India, as it passes
Excuse
approximately
me.
midway through India. The local
As it
time,
passes as it passes approximately midway through India, the local time along this longitude has been recognized internationally as the Indian Standard Time. Recollect the concept of India's time zones in chapter
so
2.
you need to revise latitudes, longitudes also, and you need to revise how we discuss the time zones. If you remember, we have discussed GMT. We have discussed in Greenwich, London, it is 12 midday, if you remember. So what will be the time in the east countries on the east side? What will be the time in the for the countries in the west side? IST is 5 hours 30 minutes ahead of London. Indian standard time is 5 hours 30 minutes. 5.30 GMT होता है in terms of world clock. So it is 5 hours 30 minutes ahead. Our neighboring countries, let us quickly read this also. This will be the last section.
Uh, our neighboring countries. Look at figure 7.2 along land foreign extending from
Frontiers. Frontiers means land portion.
frontiers extending from 15,200 kilometers. India has a common boundary with Pakistan and Afghanistan in the west, China, Nepal, and Bhutan in the north, and Bangladesh and Myanmar in the east. To the south, India is separated from the island of Sri Lanka by the narrow
Island.
stretch of Strait and
Park
the
Strait, the land, sorry, the water portion of Indian Ocean which lies between India and Sri Lanka is called as Park Strait. And
and
these were the countries which were situated on the north side, including Afghanistan, China, Nepal, Pakistan, and Bhutan, and Myanmar. So north and east we
the
have the following countries, and on the south side we have Sri Lanka, the country, and the Gulf of Mannar. The island of Maldives also lies to the south of India. We are clear with the concept of these. When we will discuss figure 7.2 on the next one, we are going to talk about it in detail. So your homework is to plot the map 7.2 on a political map of India.